Oh, hey, welcome back. So, it's been a little while, but here we go. So, today I'm going to talk about a subject that has been floating around in my mind for a while, only because I think I have found myself in a strange place in life that I had never thought that I would be in, and that is that I'm an educated person, having graduated from the University of Auckland with a bachelor's of English literature and a minor in history, and now working a blue collar job and absolutely loving it. But not only that, not just a blue collar job, I work nights, which is a very interesting place to end up in my mid 50s with, especially as a person who's been a teacher. I was an English teacher for quite a few years and then drifted off into community work. Well, I wouldn't say drifted off. I thought I would take a break from teaching and got community got roles in the community sector or the not-for-profit sector, and then over the years just became quite disillusioned with the office politics that goes on. And if you know, you know. So environments that can become quite toxic. Anyway, so here I am at this point in time, working in the private sector, picking and packing fresh produce at night. So why have I ended up here? Well, I was applying for different jobs, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was like so tired, absolutely tired, because I have a problem. I'm an insomniac, can't sleep at night. So by 2 o'clock, I am absolutely wasted. Like, I want to find the nearest space, on a table, and crawl and just sleep. My body was so exhausted from the lack of sleep during the night. Anyway, it's just like a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, "Hey, you're super energized at night. How about you go and find a job at night?" So I hit the internet, found this place, and rocked up for an interview. And lo and behold, I'm starting 5 o'clock in the afternoon till 1:30 in the morning. And wow, what a revelation! Now I've been in this job 3 years, and I sometimes think to myself, wow, this is not the bingo card that I had, anticipated in my life. But guess what? It's a minimum wage job, and it's the job that I've loved out of all the jobs that I've had. And I was just talking to my sister the other day about this whole deal, like, why do I love this job? And also thinking about it, because you know, at the job, it's very, it's a manual labor job, so you're constantly on the move. You're like frenetic, pressure cooker situation environment for 7 hours, 7.5 hours, 7 hours, because, or 7.5, yeah. And that's it. You're on your feet and working, 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 working. Like, the pace is super, super fast, because you've got KPIs to meet at the end of every shift. Anyway, I was thinking about, why do I like this blue collar role so much? And I was thinking, well, I think, you know how people say jobs like this are dead end and they go nowhere, and it's too boring. It's what's the word? Mechanical. It's repetitive. It is, but I'm the opposite. I find that the repetitive nature of the job is soothing for my brain, because I think that previous jobs just did my head in. I mean, their expression is what's the word? When you're just full up. Oh my gosh, this is what happens when you're menopausal. You just forget words and you forget things. Um, it was too stressful, but I know it's gonna come back. The word that I'm trying to find out, I'm trying to get to. It's not washed up. Anyway, the job, the mechanical nature of the job, in some way kind of soothes me. It takes the stress out of me. It slows my brain down. It allows me to just work to physically tire myself out and not so much my mind. I mean, you still have to engage your brain because you still got to get your work correct and you got to get it right. But for some reason, and I'm sure there are people out there who are very like knowledgeable about this phenomenon. Sorry, phenomenal. It's phenomenal that I have come to this place in my life, right? Anyway, so I just wanted to say that as a highly educated person, I mean, I consider myself highly educated, experienced in the workplace, and in the office environment, um, Word applications, PowerPoint presentations, um, numerous public speaking workshops, facilitator, uh, you name it, running meetings, chairing meetings, presenting reports, all that, only to come to find out that that it was not fulfilling, or if it was fulfilling at one stage, it no longer became fulfilling for me. I mean, my last job before this one, I would say, objectively speaking, very fulfilling. It was out in the community, helping families into homes, using connections to put people into homes faster than what they had, what or where they had been. People were on waiting lists to get into houses for 2 to 3 years, within months, with building the connections out there and facilitating those things. Very fulfilling work to see families moving into better places in their lives. But eventually that ran its course, I guess. And also the office politics. Oh my goodness. So it was time to get out. But the night work is, like, to me, the revelation of my life. Like, going to work at night where I'm most alert at, like, my circadian rhythm, um, was a revelation, and it just changed my life, really, for the better. I think it felt like at last I was moving in tandem with my natural temperament, my personality, my whole being, physiological makeup, whatever that is. I just loved working at night. Anyway, what else can I say about being an educated person working in a blue collar job? Um, there's quite a few young people working for us, and I think I look at them and I feel sad because I see, I almost discern the wheels turning in their heads, like, this is a dead end job. I need to get a better job than this. I need to get out and better myself, which, each individual person have got their own goals in life. But after doing the rounds and coming to a place where blue collar work works for me, I think the financial management of your money is the most important thing, because even though you might earn a six-figure job, but if you lack the financial management skills to make that work for you, and have the ability to save, and yeah, save, put aside money. If people who are earning six figures are just using up all that money every payday, they're living paycheck to paycheck. It's Yeah, it really, it kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, they might outwardly look like they've got it all, but at the end of the day, if you are not managing your money properly, you're still no better than a person who's working a minimum wage job, who's better at managing their money and managing to save money. So I think, to the young people, my message to them will be, work a blue collar job, and learn as much as you can, because also you pick up skills when you're in the workplace, in the working world, showing up on time, just the disciplines of uh, being a good employee. Now, I know, and I've come across and have, and I understand about, being an employee versus a business owner, and how you're in control of your time if you're a business owner versus an employee who's at the mercy of an employer. But I don't know why my voice is like at like a tenth. Maybe I'm nervous about this, but anyway, it's like I need to clear my throat because I'm not speaking at my natural voice. The what do you call just losing my words. The timbre of my voice, the cadence of my voice is not how it would be normally. But anyway, so back to yeah, the seeing young people. I think that everybody, well, I guess whether you're young or old, but if you don't have the ability to manage your money, no matter how much money you earn, you still be living paycheck to paycheck. Like maybe people who earn higher was I mean high heights. I wouldn't say I was like reaching the heights of six-figure income and that, but if you get more money, you feel like wow, you got money to spend and you can, lift up the quality of the purchases a little bit. So rather than you usually would buy no frills brand, you could go for a little bit, of a higher, more expensive brand, and you start to shop at a more like a um, quality goods, more, rather than what you would usually do if you didn't have your six-figure income. But anyway, great for six-figure income people who can manage their money. Great, great, good for you. My point is just that if you're at a job, a minimum wage job like I am at the moment, um, but you learn to, when you are disciplined financially, you can save and put money aside, then good for you. I think that's an important lesson to have to get at at a young age especially, but I guess every age. Anyway, being educated but working a blue collar job, that's the topic for this video. And yeah, that's just a interesting place to have landed in life. And I think that a lot of people would judge my situation in life and saying, like how the mighty, how, what do you call that saying? How the mighty have fallen. Something about losing your place in life. Like, you were once this person and now you're like, on the skids working this low entry level job, shall we say. I think that we just need to stay in our lane and whatever thing that makes you happy. If you're happy at the job that you're doing, great. I think that if a person sets themselves a goal. Oh my gosh, how can I be an English teacher? I can't speak English properly. If you set yourself a goal to attain a certain level in your career, go for it. That's all that, like, that's, if you're happy with that, that's all that matters, that you're happy and you're contented and that you are fine and you're good. I think that's great. Whatever that is, have the, and if that is not working for you, don't be embarrassed or afraid of people's judgments. If you happen to like a job or a field or doing something, maybe starting off something from scratch, like zero income for a time, and going for it. The other thing also that I had at the back of my head was the the what you call the compelling reason also for taking a job that does not require too much heavy thinking up here is that I would have the headspace to start going into some creative pursuits. I like this vlog, for example. I like this channel, and also trying to get back in. I used to have a blog, but this blog was just not going anywhere. just some creative pursuits around my writing and wanting to one day put out a book or two or three. That's the hope. And as long as I was in those jobs that I had before in the office, going in and so much pressure and all of those things, and not having the headspace at the end of the day to think about creative pursuits. So that's the other angle, the other aspect to taking on this role where the brain slows down and I have some space at the end of the day after the rest to, yeah, think about the shaping, creating, and planning for publishing a book down the road. And so, yeah, that's the whole deal around this topic. The topic is being educated but working a blue collar job. And I think I'm just scratching the surface a little bit here, but I just wanted to, um, I guess, also encourage you guys out there who happen to come across this video and see a middle aged Polynesian woman, educated, very educated. I mean, I wouldn't say very educated. I don't have a postgraduate degree, I just have an undergraduate degree, but at a level where, you know, people will think, well, what are you doing? What are you doing at this job? I'm like, I'm happy. I'm great. Thank you. Uh, Maybe there might be opportunities in the company that I currently work at to go higher. I'm not interested in that at the moment. I'm not interested in crowding my mind and facing a computer all shift long. And I think that, yeah, it's at the right pitch right now for me, and that I get to get some exercise as well. At my age, I need all the exercise that I can to keep the body in shape, and as well as yeah, have some physical exercise, have allow for the brain to think a little bit, and also plan some creative pursuits, and as well earn enough money to pay the basics of life and put something away. That's all that I am focused on at the moment. And that's the video for today. And you probably have put the what do you call it? Speed it up twice at the twice the speed to get through what this woman is trying to say. Anyway, you have a good rest of your week. It's today's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there today, all across this country and New Zealand and all over the world, Pacific. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next video. Bye for now.